For the third time under Danowski, the Duke Blue Devils are the kings of college lacrosse. Philadelphia has been the site of many historical moments, and today we will have college lacrosse history. Philly native son Matt Rambo returned home on Saturday and had 4 goals for Maryland as the Terps advanced past arch-rival Johns Hopkins. Bill Tierney's Denver club is in the championship game for the first time thanks to Wesley Berg's goal in overtime against Notre Dame. Is the trophy staying east, or is it heading west for the first time?
To have the heart of a champion for me means, diving for every loose ball, putting your body on the line.
Come together with everyone on the team and just play our best and do it together.
You're going to fight through pain. You're going to do whatever it takes to just make sure that you outlast your opponent.
To be in Philadelphia and play in front of the crowd in an NFL stadium, it's a dream come true, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
You're on that big stage in the NFL stadium. It's an awesome feeling.
It is a picture-perfect day in Philadelphia for the NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. Today from Lincoln Financial Field, it's the 4th-seeded Denver Pioneers, the champions of the Big East, going up against Maryland. The Terps with a record of 15-3 out of the Big Ten, and it has already been a thrilling championship weekend here in Pennsylvania. On Saturday, Denver with the 11-10 win over its arch-rival from the West in overtime, and then longtime rivals Maryland and Johns Hopkins produced another classic as the Terps held off the Blue Jays. So that sets the stage for the Pioneers against Maryland. Hello and welcome to Philadelphia, and thank you for making this championship game part of your Memorial Day. I'm Eamon McEnany, happy to be joined once again by Quint Kesnick. Paul Carcaterra is with us down on the field. But Quint, as anyone would expect, many subplots and storylines in this championship game, the biggest involving history and geography.
Yeah, East Coast bias is a well-earned term in the sport of lacrosse. 9 teams have won NCAA championships. They've all touched the Atlantic Ocean. Well, enter Denver. Head coach Bill Tierney goes out there 6 years ago. This would be an historic moment for the sport of lacrosse.
And for Maryland, one of those 9 schools that has won a championship, considers itself a blue blood in the sport, looking for its first title since 1975. Time now to take a look at your edge and what jumps out.
Goal scorers, guys who had big games in the semifinals. Matt Rambo, sophomore, he's Philadelphia tough. Lefty, pit bull, loves to use his body to barrel to the goal. For Denver, it's all about senior. British Columbia, Wesley Berg, high skills. Looks like Popeye with a lacrosse stick. I love his mid-range shot. He had the game winner in the semis.
More goals than any active player in college lacrosse. Did we mention storylines? For more on that, we go down to the field and bring in Paul Carcaterra.
Well, Eamon, Maryland's biggest off-season loss was Denver's biggest game. Connor Cannizzaro was the ACC Rookie of the Year in 2014, and his future in College Park looked bright. At Maryland, he owned his one-on-one matchups and was a lethal ball carrier who had a score-first mindset. That's history. Cannizzaro decided to go west to join his older brother Sean and a group of big-time scorers. He had to adjust to an offense that has a hot potato mentality, and now is a complete attackman who has almost 4 times as many assists than a year ago. Something that hasn't changed, what Bill Tierney calls a ridiculous change of direction behind the goal.
There you see 89 points. He has set the single-season record for points in Denver. Memorial Day is a holiday of mixed emotions in our country and in the lacrosse community, and with that in mind, we send it over to the public address announcer, Kevin Casey.
Today on Memorial Day, we acknowledge and remember our fallen soldiers whose service in the United States military has granted us the freedoms we share. In celebration of their contributions and of our great country, we welcome to the field the Attili sisters for the singing of God Bless America. They are joined by youth lacrosse players from the School District of Philadelphia who carry the large American flag, and Drexel Army ROTC presenting our colors.
As we raise our voice in a solemn prayer, oh God bless America, and when I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the purple mountains to the amber waves of grain, from sea to brightly shining sea, brightly shining. Oh, God bless America, my home sweet, home from sea to shining sea. God bless America, my home. God bless my home sweet. God bless my home sweet. Oh, God bless my home sweet home.
And now, please welcome Philadelphia native, U.S. Navy third-class musician Julius Coker for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Can't help but begin to think about the families of Jimmy Regan, who played at Duke, Brendan Looney, who played at Navy, Joe Price, the son of longtime Hill School head coach in this region, Harry Price. Families that love this sport, but today mourning loved ones lost, serving our country and protecting our freedom. We turn our attention back to lacrosse and the game on the field, and Quint, Saturday will be a tough act to follow.
Denver had built a 10-6 lead. Notre Dame ties it up, and then in overtime, Wesley Berg, toss your stick in the air. That's a big-time walk-off goal. For Maryland, terrific game with Johns Hopkins. Under 13 seconds to go. Kyle Bernlohr, butt and save. Are you kidding me? Preserves the one-goal Terrapin win.
While this is Denver's first appearance in the championship game, the same can certainly not be said of the Pioneers' head coach. Let's send it down to Paul Carcaterra.
Coach, you led Princeton to 8 national title games. This is your first with Denver. What's the message for this team for this moment?
No, it's the same always, Clark. You know, it's play your game. It's a game as big as it is. Great setting, beautiful day here. You know, great opponent, but it's got to be play your game, do the things you've done all year. Don't try to change anything right now.
What are the biggest challenges facing this Maryland team?
They're just so athletic and so slick, and they've got it all together. They're going to be first time we've faced a real face-off guy, and it's going to be a war out there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Bill Tierney, 6-2 in title games. Twice he beat Maryland in 97 and 98. John Tillman, in a short career so far at College Park, already has the Terps in Championship Monday for the third time. He lost to Virginia in 2011, lost to Loyola in 2012. There you see the two head coaches. They coached against each other in the Ivy League when Tierney was at Princeton, John Tillman was at Harvard. But these two teams right now, very little familiarity, Quint.
Now, and that should make for an interesting matchup. He referenced the face-off game. I think it's going to be critical. Trevor Baptiste of Denver leads the nation in that category, but don't count out Charlie Raffa. Maryland is based on D, number 1 D in the country. Well, Denver's offense, their stick work and their skills, number 2 in terms of offense of efficiency.
The Pioneers 16-2. They were the preseason number 1. Now they have a chance to make history against a team looking to make some history of its own.
Treat it with pride. Treat this game with pride. 3 things. Sportsmanship's going to be number 1 for us, all right? Here we go. You guys play well rep. Let's go.
Have fun, boys. Have fun.
Our officials today, Tom Sutton, Hans Wittelsberger, P.J. Colello, and as Quint already alluded to, all eyes at the X. Trevor Baptiste, number 1 in the country at 69%. He was 15 of 24 against Notre Dame in the semifinals. Charlie Raffa, in his career, in 11 career postseason games, 65%. He was 14 of 26 and won 3 critical ones late in the 4th. It's the East against the West. The Big East against the Big Ten. Someone's bringing a trophy home. Raffa jumps, Denver ball. So now we'll get a look at an offense averaging almost 14 goals a game. And as Georgetown head coach Kevin Warren told me, potentially they could have 6 All-Americans out at the field at one time. In the cage for the best goalie in the country, first-team All-American and goalie of the year, Kyle Bernlohr. And as Quint already detailed, he's one of the reasons why we didn't have overtime in both games on Saturday.
That first face-off illustrates the nerves that these student athletes are dealing with, all of them. Your first shift, you want to get a good touch, make a hit, make a simple play, and build your confidence.
Berg from the spot where he won it on Saturday, starts it off on Monday.
How do you handle the moment? Denver's ready to go. First possession. Down that right alley, it's Zach Miller. He draws the double team. But look at the recovery. He's a tad bit late from the guys in the red jerseys. Berg's able to step in, eye the net, and let it rip right-handed. Almost a carbon copy of the game winner.
Quint, if you look at Berg's release, one of the all-time greats that Bill Tierney coached at Princeton, Jesse Hubbard. He is the answer for this Pioneer offense from that right side. He stretches a defense and shoots 100 miles an hour.
Jesse Hubbard, part of those championship teams that were led by that attack trio of Hubbard, Massey, and Hess. Interestingly enough, Wesley Berg, now the all-time points leader for players who have played for Bill Tierney, with 251. Also now has 35 career goals in the postseason. Maryland is not going to hang around this game if Baptiste is playing make it, take it at the X. This is Bobzine getting a step on Isaiah Davis-Allen. They start with Dunn on Connor Cannizzaro. Feed the crease, save, Bernlohr. Still loose, now it's picked up, but in trouble. Ikeda kicks it free, shovels it ahead, and Maryland gets possession. Here's Neufeld, who loses it. Great hustle. In goal for the Pioneers, the senior from Fort Collins, Colorado, Ryan LaPlante. 41-9 in his career, the winningest goalie in Pioneer history. He's made 42 saves in 3 tournament games.
Maryland plays offense in phases. This is their substitution phase as you see Neufeld run towards the midfield line. They'll spin it and get organized. They'll attack.
Or they'll feed the crease, so this is a pass. Looks like it's going to stay in play. So LaPlante better come up with it because he is... Now he has to hustle back. They do not give him time to get back in the cage. But the refs bail him out with a whistle on the restart. Paul, what are your keys for the Terps?
Continued midfield scorers. West right there with the ball, 38 in red. Taking pressure off their alpha male midfielder, Joe Lacasio, up top. I think West and 45 Cole need to be big from a scoring standpoint and then deal with hyper-speed ball movement. Denver spins the ball like no other team in the country. The Terps defense needs to recognize at all times.
Paul mentioned Henry West, 38 in red. He had 2 on Saturday against Johns Hopkins. Lacasio's been quiet in the goal department the last couple of games. Not in the assist department. Rambo shoots wide. This is Dylan Maltz. Now he gets picked up by his short stick. Garrett Holst out of Indiana. Maltz takes a fadeaway shot, not on cage, but Cole there for the backup. So a long possession continues for the Terps. Cole has been extremely productive in the postseason, but he loses it there. Bergdorf comes up with it. Gets it to LaPlante. So the Pioneers come up with a stop. Now can they come up with a clear? Up ahead to Thomas. Rambo with token pressure and an easy clear for the Pioneers. Quint, what are your keys for the Pioneers?
Critical in this ball game is shot selection. Denver shoots 36%, Maryland only 27%. And then I think Brian Cole, Maryland's lefty midfielders, had a great tournament, as you referenced. And he's averaging 4.3 points per game in his last 4. That's almost 2.5 times what he did during the regular season. He's been the main catalyst. Dangerous in the invert when he goes behind the goal. Also dangerous as a cutter.
10 points, 7 goals, 3 assists in the postseason. 2-0 Denver. 2 goals from Berg.
This is what a man looks like playing against college lacrosse players. Wesley Berg absolutely jacked. His experience in international play paying dividends. Played for Team Canada last year against the best players in the world. Now he's playing against college guys, and he owns one-on-one matchups. I dare you to put a short stick on Berg. He will make you pay.
Maryland ends up with a nightmare matchup. A defensive midfielder covering one of the best scorers in the game. There's no double team. It's late. And while fading behind the goal, Berg beats Bernlord to the punch with the high shot.
I know it's probably too little too late, but I was on a radio show last night in Denver, and they asked me if Wesley Berg has any chance to win the Tewaaraton Award if he has a big day today after the game winner in overtime. I said no, it's Lyle Thompson's award, but you never know. Championship weekends have helped produce Tewaaraton winners. He's had a huge postseason. 6 against Ohio State, 3 on Saturday with the game winner, and the first 2 here today.
This tournament has been a tournament of runs and momentum swings. But this game, the leader, I think, has a huge advantage, Eamon, because they're both slow-paced teams.
And especially if it's Denver with the way Baptiste has won the faceoff so far.
Defensive instruction for the Pioneers. Jump the picks behind the cage, Quint. John Orson, defensive coordinator, wants his defense communicating and jumping. You just saw it right there.
John Orson, a tremendous player in his playing days at Hofstra. Got to start coaching at his alma mater and then with Joe Amplo at Marquette before heading out to Denver. Here's Carlson looking to get underneath. Look at 3 guys attacking him. So the scouting report has been received. Now Gribben drawing the pole of Reese up top.
Nice recovery by Denver off that triple team. Got to get the ball out of your stick. If you're an offensive player and you get double or triple, rapid ball movement to the weak side.
It's early, but this is a critical possession for the Terps with the way Berg and the Pioneers are playing, and Heacock gets him on the board.
Tall sophomore with strong left-handed tendencies, and watch how he is given this right. Cart talked about the double teaming and switching on those picks, and there's a moment of hesitation right here with Denver's defense. Peacock able to turn the corner.
You look at this, Quint, right here, the low angle slow-mo, Heacock beating LaPlante. All of Maryland's midfielders are comfortable operating behind the cage, kind of putting those defensive midfielders for Denver in uncomfortable spots.
Heacock, the sophomore out of Boys Latin in Baltimore, won the Kelly Award for the best player in the state when he was a senior. Another product out of that tremendous program, Quint, Boys Latin.
Bob Schreiber retiring after 36 years and over 500 wins, and putting hundreds and hundreds of kids onto college lacrosse and a better life.
Like so many of his brethren around the country do. And then we get to see him play at the next level and on championship weekend.
Yeah, think about the strength of this sport, the quality of the student athletes, the real students, get degrees, go on to do wonderful things in the world. And then the high school guys who set that up, the high school coaches, the foundation of this all as the sport continues to grow across the country.
So it's Nicasio, West, and Cole at the midfield for Maryland, looking to tie it up. As Rafa has turned the face-off game into a street fight as expected. Heacock against the shorty. They close out on Nicasio. Looking to get his left free, gets popped. Holds on to it.
To the backside.
Here's a look from West, but he can't make the grab.
It's something. No.
There's a shot and a save. Quint, we're seeing one adjustment here made by the Pioneers. Some fresh legs. A pole. Looks like Sean Mail, 6 in white, normally a short stick midi, playing with a pole here today, a longer stick to make it easier to defend. Keep our eye on that one, but right now Dunn's keeping his eye on Canizero. Former teammates now going one-on-one, and Bernlohr got a piece. Looked like Maryland might have been closest when and where, but instead it's a quick restart for Berg and the Pioneers. Wolford wanted to let it fly. This is a Pioneer offense that has been described by opposing coaches as deer hunters. They're sitting in a tree waiting for the perfect shot. They're not going to take one until they know it's a kill shot and a goal. Nicasio on the defensive end ties up Wolford, so they're going to look for number 5 in red and try to exploit the matchup. Right now it's inside.
Big right case.
Berg goes away from the pick, but still gets one as two Maryland players ran into each other. No backup on the shot that hits the crossbar, so it's Maryland ball. Now Isaiah Davis-Allen with plenty of room to operate on the clear.
Up left. Up left.
So now it's Gribben. Connor Kelly with the ball.
Side right. Get tight.
Looks like Zach Holey out there as well. He has it here. He'll shoot. Save LaPlante. Look how high that one goes up into the air. And somehow Carlson comes up with it. No check on his stick. Save LaPlante. Up ahead to Bergdorf. Bergdorf gets it to the short stick for the clear. This is Connor Canizero. Lightning quick. Dunn has him for now. Flag down, so Maryland must have been offside. So a free possession here for the Pioneers. Dunn trying to keep up, and then he gets a double for help. So Adamson up top with the ball over to Miller. Now the brothers Canizero work the two-man game. Denver in no rush here. They can be hit with a shot clock with the flag down, just not on an extra man situation. Dunn tying up Cannizzaro, forcing the pass. Now good ball movement here, gets a look at a goal. That's why they call it execution. A hat trick already for Wesley Berg.
Bill Tierney said, we score we goals, not me goals. And this is an absolute gem.
4-0, that's offside, that's wiped out, goal is good.
You got a lot of deceptive action going on behind the goal. Meanwhile, in front, it's a pick and a loop around it. Deception, keep your eyes in front of the crease right now. You'll see the cut right there, and the seal, enough space created, falls in the back of the net.
Wesley Berg, the man who sent Denver into the championship game with the game winner against Notre Dame in overtime, has picked up right where he left off. He has all 3 Pioneer goals. Denver looking to bring the trophy west for the first time in history, has a 2-goal lead in the first. Denver fans feeling pretty good about things so far. They're up by 2. The lacrosse world was dealt a stunner in 2009 when Bill Tierney decided to pick up shop from Princeton and head west to Denver. A legendary career on Nassau Street with the Tigers.
6 NCAA championships, took that program from basically nothing. Denver, meanwhile, this is his 4th time to championship weekend, first in the finals. He's all about discipline, the non-negotiables. He says players want discipline. He's consistent in his approach to the team goals, holds everybody accountable. His in-game adjustments, I think, separate him from the pack. Fiery competitor that you'll see today, but he's got a lot of compassion and a big heart.
Completely different takeover jobs at Princeton. There was history and tradition, maybe not the ready talent at Denver. Not a whole lot of history and tradition, but ready-made talent and great talent on the way. They got into the NCAA tournament right away in his first year in 2010. We're in championship weekend in 2011. Quarterfinals in 2012. And now in the Final Four for the 3rd straight year, playing for a title on Memorial Day.
Loosen up for me. Loosen up.
2-2 so far at the X between Rafa and Baptiste.
A lot of adjustments. Pre-face-off adjustments.
Baptiste wins it, but Rafa makes the adjustment. Reese, who had a huge day on Saturday, comes up with the ground ball. Reese with a goal at the end of the 3rd quarter, coast to coast against the Irish.
See Cannizzaro operating behind him, and defensive coordinator for Maryland, Kevin Connery, said, guys, you have to deal with the picks. When they get the ball behind the cage off of a quick ball movement, they are firing it inside. Communicate, support one another, because this ball is moving, as I said earlier, at hyper speed when the Pioneers have it.
Watch how quickly, if you're a young player, the ball transitions from player to player. One cradle and a pass. Get it out of your stick within 3 seconds.
We're having bad luck with that, Quint. Every time we say that, a guy goes on a dodge. Again, a pick. Planning. Gets pushed off his line by Isaiah Davis-Allen, and right now the refs aren't helping Maryland out at all. They're letting Denver play at their pace and having long possessions. Berg can't split the double. He gets called for warding off. Maybe a delay game there. Nope. Quickly ahead to Ikeda. Bob Zine back to thwart any transition. If you are watching on ESPNU, the Sky Cam version, the traditional Spider Cam version on ESPNU, the traditional broadcast is on ESPN2. Quint, you just get the feeling there's so much value now on every Maryland possession, even in the first quarter.
Yeah, when you looked at the math behind this game, it's going to come down to a less than 60 possession game. Each possession is going to be a minute or plus. I got it down to 57 possessions. Low scoring, especially early. think this game could open up late, Eamon, when these teams get tired and fatigued and sloppy.
West to Cole, not ready to shoot. Lacrosse almost always ready to shoot. But Carson Cannon on his hands. Gets loose there, save the plant, saw it the whole way. He has 4 already.
Don't love that shot selection from a very good shooter in Joe Lacasio, who can rip it. 5 goals against North Carolina.
That was in the regular season. In the postseason game with Carolina locked in on number 5, he was more of a distributor setting up Cole. Now Isaiah Davis-Allen on the ball. As Denver looking to complete the clear and get it in the box. So under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Sean Cannizzaro with a quick burst. Now Connor Cannizzaro. Dunn going stride for stride with him so far here today. Now Berg has him hung up. They got to pick a side. Dunn has one, Brundle or the other. They find the crease. Someone got a piece of that one. Yes, that would have been on Sports Center, but it's the Pioneers coming up with it. Shot, catch made, goal. What a look by Pace to Connor Cannizzaro.
Missed opportunities for the Maryland defense getting that ball out of that side of the field, because this Denver team crashes and gets loose balls because of their box lacrosse background, as well as any team in all of college lacrosse. And look how fast that pass is from Tyler Pace to Cannizzaro.
Maryland fans might be looking for a crease violation on that goal.
Yeah, watch it again. Pace will be center top, right under the camera here. Eyes up. Looked like that left arm landed in the crease. 40 and white. Does he land tangent to the crease? Pons blocks that with his hip, or does he land in the cylinder? Here it is again with the ISO. That's a crease violation, folks. He landed, that elbow landed on the crease. Surprised he got away with it.
Sean Pace had 2 goals and 2, Tyler Pace, excuse me, had 2 goals and 2 assists in the semis against Notre Dame.
A little more. All right, now we're good. Now stay there.
Gets the assist there to Connor Cannizzaro to make it 4-1. Not the start the Terps were looking for. Baptiste can't rake it out. Rafa digging in. Now Rafa falls going over it. Good ground ball there for the Terps by Adam DeMillo. Charlie Rafa's health always a question mark. He missed the entire fall and much of the preseason. And with the new face-off rules, Quinn, I don't think you can underestimate how much of an adjustment that was. Basically fly in right at the start of the season.
No, and he was a guy who you know, his whole career operating under a certain set of rules, he had found ways to gain advantages, and he's, whether it was an alignment, whistle, reaction, and so it's been a huge learning curve for all the face-off guys across the country. The sticks are further apart. It's more of a reaction and a quickness game.
Now Cole. Now Mails out there with a short stick, and that skip pass gets knocked down, but Carlson keeps it for the Terps. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Heacock has Maryland's lone goal, gives it up.
Denver in a man-to-man concept, but it really resembles a zone the way they help.
Fadeaway shot, no backup, but then Heacock turns around to get a step on the plant. So 11 seconds left. Lacassio's your long-range sniper. Heacock looking to create for himself. Now West hits the crossbar. Got some juice on that one despite being flat-footed. 1.1 left.
Send this in front.
Lacassio. Not very close. So Wesley Berg won it on Saturday and started this one off with a bang. He already has a hat trick. His running mate Connor Cannizzaro has a goal. The Pioneers on the cusp of history lead by 3.
NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship is presented by Northwestern Mutual. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
College Lacrosse Championship, part of Memorial Day, a long-time tradition.
All right, guys, here we go.
Always great to see the families invade the cities where championship weekend is, and of course pay tribute to our soldiers and the men and women who defend our country and our freedom. And here so far, it's the Wesley Berg Show.
Denver shooting 50%, 4 of 8, and Berg got off to a great start. Maryland's defensive rotation has been slow on the perimeter. They haven't handled some mismatches. Berg's going to own a midfield defender, and he's going to find the corners from the mid-range. Denver's offense has been supremely efficient, and the senior from British Columbia continuing his outstanding season.
You see the tack on he's been doing here in the postseason to his school record.
Right winger, as a youngster playing hockey for 12 years.
Baptiste wins it forward. And Neufeld can't run him down.
They're going back, taking a look at that Cannizzaro goal. If he launches himself and dives and lands in the crease, that's illegal. But according to the officials, his toes were still on the ground.
Bernlohr's toes were on that ball.
That's right, Q. If you score a goal, if you land in the crease, as long as you didn't leave your feet, you are free to fall in that crease area.
And now he's airborne right there. They're both off the ground.
Toughest call in college lacrosse right there. That the combination push, leap. Very tough sport to officiate, as we have seen throughout this NCAA tournament.
Maryland needs an emotion play here, Amy.
That's who they are.
This is a team, we've tracked them through the NCAA tournament. They've played with great juice. Not seeing that yet today.
Quint, you're exactly right. John Tillman in the huddle last time wants his team to play looser. Said, guys, you're playing tight. Let's take some chances. If we have an opportunity for some transition in this game, we have to take it, because Denver on the other side, although they can put up big numbers, they play the possession game.
Despite the 15-3 record, this was a team that was written off by many after they stumbled down the stretch. A bunch of one-goal games, then a loss to Johns Hopkins, a loss to Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament, and Yale had them on the ropes. Since that fourth quarter against Yale, they've been a completely different team, attacking and playing fast. Denver not allowing them so far to get into a rhythm now. That might help, as LaSalle, Matt Rambo, makes it 4-2.
This is his bread and butter. Rambo, a bull-dodging left-handed attackman. He shoots with pressure and contact as well as anyone in college lacrosse. Beautiful spider cam view. Rambo feels his top side. That's not good defensive approach, Quint. You should know that Rambo wants the left hand. Push him right.
And who's got the double team? No help. You see Holst staying down low on Carlson. The adjacent man didn't support as well.
Time now for a BioBlast on the Philadelphia product, brought to you by Sector Spider ETFs. Coming out of LaSalle College High, the #1 recruit in the country, said Saturday was a dream come true to be able to return to his hometown, Lincoln Financial Field. Had about 40 family members and friends on hand, and he had 4 goals and 2 assists. Baptiste starting to dominate Rafa. Getting locked in. That is the, can't really call it a chess match when it's 2 guys getting down and dirty. But Rafa's going to have to make an adjustment. So now the second midfield group of Bob Zine, Wolford, and Planning out there for Denver. Switch, defense moving, and they end up with a pull on Wolford. It looks like they're double pulling the midfield now due to the switch with Bob Zine drawing Pond. So where's the matchup advantage for the Pioneers? Sean Cannizzaro can't get a step on Isaiah Davis-Allen, and again the defense is hung up. Bob Zine gets a step in the middle of the field, keeps coming, shoots wide. And Ikeda with the backup. Now quickly ahead. This is the Philadelphia product, Mike Bender, out of Macungie, Pennsylvania, playing with a ton of emotion this weekend. Grew up about 45 miles away. A longtime Eagles season ticket holder. His family's restaurant burning down earlier this month. They've owned it for almost 40 years. He almost thought about not playing the quarterfinal game against North Carolina to return home with his family. His dad said, "Go play that game, son."
He's got 200 family and friends here in the link.
Now Maryland with a chance to pull within one. Connor Kelly on the invert. He had 3 against Carolina in the quarterfinals. Draws a quick slide here, and his man falls down. Quick redodge. Now Gribben gets away from the trail check. Does Carlson exploit the short stick? Rambo up top. Connects. And Denver comes up with the turnover. Mike Reese. A huge roll on Saturday, just took it away from Rambo. Berg is open up top at the point. They're putting on the brakes to get Reese off. Coverage of the NCAA championships continues with the NCAA Women's College World Series on May 28th at noon Eastern on ESPN. For more information on the NCAA Women's College World Series, log on to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 89 NCAA championships. Miller forces the switch. Berg will shoot off the mark. 9:59 to play in the half. They'll restart with Sean Cannizzaro. Miller gets underneath, shoots wide. He is a tough cover with a short stick. We saw that on the game winner. He's the man who started the rotation. Now Connor Cannizzaro stuffed by Burnley. Rebound no good. 4 saves for the first team All-American. Now Sean Cannizzaro loses his man, but Pons recovers. Miller being guarded by DeMillo with Berg looking to set a pick. Pace turned away with the slide. So now they have Bender behind on Sean Cannizzaro. Right now it's up top with Adamson. Ikeda falls down. Runs through the slide and scores. The senior from Anaheim makes it 5-2 Pioneers.
Adamson is ambidextrous. That's what makes him a tough cover. Tall, athletic, and able to capitalize on a defensive mistake right here. Like the way how he leads. Running out of angle, very important that you shoot this one straight over the top.
Quint. He is the 6th option offensively for Denver. Means he takes typically the opposing team's weakest length. That is scary for the opposition. This kid's game is complete.
Red move, red move.
Rafa jumps, that's his second violation of the half. Next one will be a penalty.
Adamson headed to Arizona State. And Bob Hartraft, head coach on Long Island at Farmingdale, saw him play. Kid from California, as you mentioned, Anaheim. Calls up Coach Bill Tierney and says, you need to take a second look at Eric Adamson. Can't imagine what he'd look like playing in the MCL. MCLA.
Quint, you look at Adamson. He does a great job from the state of California, and Bill Tierney and his staff done a fabulous job recruiting the 3 Cs. Colorado, the home state, California, and Canada, with Matt Brown's connection bringing in these box lacrosse players. It is a scary combination.
Well, Matt Brown's one of the players who started that pipeline. Jamie Monroe, the former coach, including him. Jeff Snyder, the tremendous face-off man. That pass picked off by Ikeda. So Latana product comes up with a turnover, but then commits one of his own.
That's killer.
Absolutely. That's what hurt Notre Dame in the first half.
Denver's roster represented by 17 states and 2 provinces of Canada. Just a great example of a melting pot of a roster, basically.
Nice poke check there. But last touched by Bryce Young and Maryland.
Higher, Bryce, higher!
So we're seeing the effects of the quick turnaround. Some players who didn't receive significant time on Saturday out there this afternoon. Now Wesley Berg and Ikeda, matchup of 2 All-Americans. There's planning up top. Time and room for Bob Zine, save. Bernlohr. Well, no, that's going to be interference. No goal. Connor Cannizzaro pleading his case. Now they're saying it'll be a free clear, put it at midfield.
You get it up top center.
Because he had possession. They're saying Bernlohr already had it in his stick. It seems to be the call.
Paul mentioned it earlier how Denver crashes rebounds. They had 2 rebound or garbage goals in the semifinals.
Know where your man is after a shot for Denver, because these guys crash, and they crash hard. Defensively, Denver right now on red alert when number 1 Rambo in red and 5 Joe Lacasio in red have the ball. They want to double team those guys early and force them into passing situations.
Back to the call for those new to the sport. What
if that ball, the ball's in the goalie's stick, he cannot make contact with it.
Skip pass gets through, but Rambo can't handle it. This ball's still loose. Rambo with one hand can't come up with it, and it'll be another Maryland turnover.
Turnover city. You know, the rule defensively on that rebound is you got to take the body. That defender should not be fishing for the ball. That's the goalie's ball. Defenders take body.
But there's no defenders near him there to take anybody.
Well, no, there's a guy there reaching up for the ball.
All right, missed him on the replay, my bad. 3 turnovers already. Now Berg. Young able to recover on Sean Cannizzaro. Now Zach Miller against Isaiah Davis-Allen. Quick slide from the crease and done. Good ball movement. If the ball gets stuck in your stick, you get stuck on the bench. Now this is where it can stick. Connor Cannizzaro with a short stick on it. Pace gets an even better angle with the swim. Got in a piece. Nice move by Tyler Pace, who's had a strong NCAA tournament. There's a Denver coaches wanted a timeout. Now they get it.
Timeout, Red! Timeout, Red!
One of the coaches sprinted across midfield, and the shot bailed him out as they got a second one. John Tillman looking for an explanation on that, I'm pretty sure. John Tillman's club down by 3. There's a break in the action. We'll step aside as well. We're coming back to Philadelphia after this. Welcome back to the NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. Things have cooled off a little bit in the shooting department for both teams here in the second quarter. Denver with a 3-goal lead on Maryland. The Western Conference Finals roll on with a crucial Game 4. The MVP, Steph Curry, and the Warriors are 1 win away from a trip to the NBA Finals, while the Rockets just hope to live another day. Kia NBA Countdown at 8, then it's Game 4, Warriors, Rockets at 9 tonight on ESPN. Our crack statistician, Russ Lynn, weaving all the storylines in and out here, reminding us that the last time the Golden State won the NBA championship, 1975. Rick Barry in the club. Last time Maryland won the Lacrosse National Championship, 1975.
Someone told you in 1975 that Maryland wouldn't win a title in 40 years. How many times they've played for? What, 7 times since?
They're 0-7 since 1975. Twice under John Tillman. They have lost on Championship Monday. Twice they have lost to Bill Tierney on Championship Monday. Fake hidden ball trick. Maryland's got it. Now Zach Miller does. Let's check in with Paul.
Off of quick ball movement when Denver has the ball, they break a guy out, and it's the pop guy that defensive coordinator Kevin Connery said is killing them. You've seen some standstill shooting from guys like Wesley Berg in this game. They start inside, they curl low, and then they pop for about a 10 to 12-yard shot. That's the space where he thinks his defense needs to tighten up.
Well, there, the pop guy couldn't make the catch, and it's a turnover. So the door opens a little bit for Maryland. But the Terps got to get something going on the offensive end.
There's nothing about their body language right now that I like. A lot of jogging. The offense has been one Dodger, 5 guys standing around watching. This Terp team's been playing well in the playoffs. It's been 6 parts moving, rapid ball movement, excellent off-ball cutting, and I got to see more Brian Cole.
How do you get Lacasio open for a look? You just said
I think it's got to start with Cole, 45. Their best O has been when Cole handles the ball behind the net, and then Lacasio can shoot or dodge off of ball movement.
That pass gets knocked down by Reese, still loose. And Cole gets it back. Connor Cannizzaro looking for a call. Cannizzaro touched it first. They're saying Maryland, the Denver Pioneers knocked it away. That's why it wasn't over and back. Now West. Now there's a step and a goal. Mr. Cole.
Two things of importance on that possession. Maryland scrapping for the loose ball at the midfield line. And then Cole will come from behind the net left-handed. He has been sensational in the last 4 games. A real difference maker, slick lefty from Canada.
So lanky too, Q, and you see that in that slow-mo. Just toying on the plant with the first fake, getting the goalie to commit one way and then going opposite with the ball.
His 8th goal of the NCAA tournament. Leads the team in assists, but in the postseason he's become more of a goal scorer.
Leave him. Butt end off the line.
Now Baptiste's won 6 of 9 faceoffs.
Keep going, Red.
Watch Baptiste's left hand. When he clamps on a high, he gets that left hand off the turf. Right there at the end.
Playing without his stick momentarily, still loose. Neufeld can't come up with it. Good check there, though, by the freshman out of Chicago, and Isaiah Davis-Allen gets the ground ball. Let me see. And we take a look at Maryland being selective in the shooting department, while Denver with the backup able to take more shots. But the accuracy not there here in this quarter after they started off hot.
You see time of possession down at the bottom. This is the type of hot day off of 1 day's rest that early possessions will pay off. Body punches for the late 3rd quarter and entire 4th quarter.
Now both teams were pushed to the limit on Saturday. Denver played a little bit more because of overtime, but certainly both were worn out after those games, so neither team with an advantage in that department, you would think. Maryland played some more players than Denver did. And that pass knocked down by Thomas, but Gribben able to get it back. Holst on the board. Cooley carrying it. Now Carlson has him hung up. Carlson picked up by Pat Carroll. He's yet to have a shot clock on here this afternoon. Officials letting him. That's a fadeaway shot, but with backup.
Peacock's not bashful. It's going to go.
So they restart with 2:10. This is Connor Kelly getting the pole. Looking to dodge to the dirt. Instead it'll be Rambo. Against the short stick. Let's see what they do here with this matchup. Holst getting his money's worth with the slash. Now Rambo gives it up. Rambo looks like he wants it back. But they're going to be able to get Bergdorf on him if he gets it. They're taking 30 seconds off the clock with this possession.
Good go, Jake.
Sense another shot coming, or do you take a timeout if you're John Tillman?
I sense the shot clock.
Well, there's a shot, and with the backup. So now does Maryland start to sub and get it? Yep, there's the timeout. It's a defensive timeout. Defensive timeout by Bill Tierney. This is the NCAA Division I Men's College Lacrosse Championship. Maryland looking for its first title since 1975. Denver looking to become the first school that doesn't touch the Atlantic doesn't touch the Atlantic Ocean to win this championship. Eamon McEnany, Quint Kesnick, Paul Carcaterra here with you. Good crowd on hand once again here in Philadelphia. And now, if you're John Tillman and his staff, 1:26 left to go. They haven't hit you with a shot clock yet here in the first half. What's your strategy coming out of this timeout?
Well, as I said earlier, I like Brian Cole, who's a natural midfielder operating behind the goal, what's called an invert. So he'll carry behind, and Maryland will initiate from there. That could set up a Joe Lacasio wing shot or shot from up top or even a dodge off of ball movement. So that has been Maryland's best offense in the postseason.
Let's check in with Paul.
Eamon, I overheard Joe Lacasio, the senior 5 in red, talking to head coach John Tillman. He said, "Coach, they're coming to me the second I have the ball," meaning double teaming him. So the plan when Lacasio has the ball is actually to set up a dummy dodge, like he's going to go to the goal, get the Denver defense to commit, and then quick ball movement off of that. So he wants the Denver defense to rotate, recognize him as a dodger, but he's really not going to the goal. It's just the rotation and the commitment of the defense.
Again, if you're watching the Spider Cam edition on ESPNU, the traditional broadcast is on ESPN2. Great to have Spider Cam on hand here and give us looks like that. Great crowd shots.
Denver hasn't shown much zone defense this year. That is an option for Bill Tierney. He called that timeout because he felt his guys were tired.
Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at some of the biggest moments. Take a look back at the career of Lyle Thompson and, of course, highlights and stats of the first half. But it's been a long season. Bill Tierney's, everyone's club starts in early February. I remember when we were in Chapel Hill and there was so much snow they had to move the game when the Tar Heels knocked off then #1 Denver. So a lot of moments to choose from. We'll see what Paul and Quint come up with. If you don't like it, I'm sure you'll find them on Twitter and let them know about that. But right now, 1:26 left to go out of the timeout. This is Cole being guarded by Holst. Canada against Indiana. Not in a rush. Final minute. Do they wait for the refs to hit him with a shot clock? Not really sure what our officials are waiting for. Clearly, they are not creating offense on this possession. John Tillman sensing about to get hit with the shot clock, so he takes a timeout. Oklahoma City, where moments are etched in time and dreams are realized. Every day on the road to a title matters. Who will rise and shine? The NCAA Women's College World Series at noon. Number 8 Tennessee against number 1 Florida. Then at 2:30, it's LSU and Auburn on ESPN, and watch ESPN. Quint, back to your point, if you were told when you were 6 or 7 that Maryland's title in 1975 would be its last for at least 40 years, you probably would have laughed. Here it is, dodge to the dirt.
Maryland against Navy. Final score, a lot to a little. Frank Urso, 5 goals in the championship game. He's got to be on your Mount Rushmore, Kark. And Buddy Beardmore, legendary defender Mike Farrell, goalie Jake Reed. They celebrate. They had one in 1973 and then again in 75.
0 for 7 in title games since. And, you know, talking to the players and John Tillman, the alumni, very strong part of this program. They want that drought to end, but John Tillman telling us the message from all those guys, 75, the guys in the 80s, and even some of the more recent guys who came close is, this is your time. This is your team. We had our chance. We want you to win it for you. Let's check in with Paul.
You look at Maryland's offense taking the field right now. Denver is certainly hyper-focused on the ball carriers for the Terps. Guys like West with the ball right now. Joe Lacasio 5. They think they have something with 32 in red. Jay Carlson inside. Starting in the middle of the field and then curling out with a right-handed dodge. So take notice, 32 in red.
Holding for one before half. I get it. You're down 2 goals.
They're not winning faceoffs. You're not going to get it back. Is my guess there. Do they wait too long? Do you get a good look? West against Thomas. Lacasio. Great tie-up defense. Now Cole, one more to West. Shot, save, LaPlante. There will be no rebound opportunity. So Ryan LaPlante fired up in the cage for the Pioneers. A big-time save on Henry West. He doesn't want to go to the locker room. He wants to play some more.
All over it.
Let's check in with Paul down on the field with Coach Tierney.
Coach, describe that first half performance by your goalie, Ryan LaPlante.
Oh, Ryan's playing well as he's been playing throughout the tournament. He's seeing the shots. We're playing defense, and that was the plan. Try to give him those outside shots so Ryan could see them.
On the other side of the field, Tewaaraton finalist Wesley Berg, 3 goals in the first quarter. How do you continue to get him involved in the offense?
Well, we've gotten a little patient, a little too patient. We need to keep going, but Bergie's got to know to not try to take the games in his hands. They force you to be a little bit more of a one-on-one team than we want to be, but we've got to be patient. We've got to keep at it, and we've got to keep sticking our shots.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Ryan LaPlante with 5 saves in the first half, his 5th, keeps it a 5-3 ball game. Bernlohr played well after he got barraged by Wesley Berg. We have ourselves a ball game in Philadelphia. When we return, the halftime report and a look back at some of the best moments from the season. From the start of the second half of the championship game between Maryland and Denver, the Pioneers with a 2-goal lead. Ryan LaPlante with 5 saves. Wesley Berg with 3 goals. Let's now take a look at planning for success, brought to you by Northwestern Mutual.
Name and midfield scorers for Maryland need to step up. Brian Cole, 1 goal. Joe Lacasio and Henry West need to come to the party. They're dealing okay with this hyper-speed ball movement of Denver. 3 caused turnovers, but they have to force Denver into a dodging offense.
Maryland shooting 33%, but they've only put 8 shots on goal. Denver, as I mentioned earlier, a sluggish shooting performance in that second quarter. And Brian Cole with 1 goal.
Tape white.
Rafa and Baptiste all day. That's how the second half will start.
A little bit to your left. That's great. That's great. Stay there. We're set. Get it out. Get it out.
Nothing yet.
Denver possession momentarily. Great check by Neufeld. So now let's see if the Terps pick up the pace a little bit. After they were willing to be conservative and cautious with the ball in the first half.
Top right.
So they have Maltz through the box with Carson Cannon waiting for him.
Come center.
Now West being guarded by Thomas.
Ball's X. Jack.
Cole goes away from the pick. Now he's got Holst hung up. Draws the switch. Now Carlson's guarded by the short stick.
Carlson's got to make something happen when he draws that switch.
And it with a short stick on Lacasio, willing to give it up, but gets it back. So now our first shot clock of the afternoon. Rambo cannot get inside, pushed off by Bergdorf. Cassio gets to the middle of the field, shoots. LaPlante makes the save. A little dicey on the rebound, but that one looked easy for number 10.
It's been that way all day. Most of Maryland's shots have not come off of ball movement with the goalie's feet. Eyes are moving. And Ryan LaPlante, senior from Fort Collins, Colorado. That's northern Colorado. I thought he's played great in the NCAA tournament. 53% on the season. Former high school golfer, and he's kind of got the mentality of a golfer. He is really super relaxed.
Told the Denver Post after watching the championship game on Monday throughout his youth career and his high school career, he's refused to watch it the last 3 years after coming up short. And he's doing a little bit more than watching it today. This is a program that has been knocking on the door ever since Bill Tierney made the move west. So they have a short stick on Sean Cannizzaro. I don't know if that's an adjustment or just a switch here.
Tyler Pace has the matchup, 3 and white. Lacasio was on the other side of the field running up and down. A fresh Tyler Pace. So I look at 3 and white to do some initiating right now.
This is where that's about to happen with plenty of real estate to get a head start on Lacasio. Now, Lacasio held his own in a similar situation against Johns Hopkins. And now they get a shot clock. So the refs looking to pick up the pace here in the third quarter. See how that changes things here in the second half. 19 to shoot. Pace with the swim, draws the double. Good recovery, but it's going to end up in the stick of Miller. He goes high to high with the hit. Miller pays the price, but he'll take it.
Some of the smoothest hands in all of college lacrosse, 33 and white. Zach Miller. The stick is an extension of his body. You talk about Ryan LaPlante being loose. Zach Miller's hands and upper body just flow with the torque of his hips.
Denver can score some pretty goals. That one wasn't. That was a little bit on the lucky side. They jammed the crease unsuccessfully. A good Maryland double, but Miller happens to be planted on the backside and buries the rock.
Very interesting story from Steenburg, New York. Went to the Hill Academy, part of the Seneca Nation in New York. Bill Tierney telling us last year when he was a freshman that Zach Miller graduating on June 2nd, 2017. If this story ends right, it's going to be the best story of my coaching career. He also told us yesterday that his game Saturday against Notre Dame was probably the best game he's played in his career for Denver.
Met him last summer, member of the Iroquois national team, bronze medal winning team, highest finish. And he matured. He had a big year last year, rated the top freshman in the country. But he has matured both on and off the field, so comfortable in his own skin. I mean, he's going to have, you know, a monstrous career when it's all said and done in terms of numbers.
38 goals and 19 assists last year as a freshman. Now has 26 goals as a sophomore. Now Heacock being guarded by Cannon. Here's Connor Kelly. Rambo being guarded by a short stick, jams the crease instead. LaPlante out of the box, but he'll be able to get back. Makes another save, his 7th. Now Rambo again with that matchup.
See how condensed Denver's defense is. Their splits are really tight. They build a wall at about the 10-yard mark.
Carroll able to slide to Rambo to negate that advantage for Maryland.
It's a man-to-man, but it looks like a lot like a zone.
Now Heacock being guarded by the short stick Thomas. Lefty shot too high. Hits Carlson. It'll be Maryland ball. There's a pick, no call. Kelly loses his man momentarily. Picked up by Cannon. Maryland has missed its last 6 shots. Credit LaPlante for most of that. Now Carlson being guarded by the short stick. Trying to get underneath, splits a double, jacked up and dropped.
I got.
Yes, sir. It's going up.
So down there at the bottom, Maltz went into the crease. The bottom of the pile, 4th turnover for the Terps. Good team defense. Looked like Holst coming on the double. Now Bobzine in the middle of the field. Tim Muller giving chase. Quint, does that shot clock on the last possession force Denver to do anything different with the ball here?
No, they're oblivious to it. They hit him last possession at about 1 minute and 10 seconds into the possession.
Now planning. Guarded by Bender. Now Connor Cannizzaro has not forced the issue in that matchup with Dunn. Although this might be a different story with the short stick again on Wesley Berg. Manning thought about the skip pass, decides to take the easy route. Wolford shoots and scores. They lull you to sleep, and then they go quickly.
You get so condensed defensively as the Pioneer contingent celebrate. Boone can taste it. Wolford's had a great postseason. Tall junior from Connecticut. One of many who has rotated through this second midfield unit all season long. Split dodge right to left down the alley.
And Q, you look at Wolford. He's a change of pace guy for the Pioneers. A lot of their midfielders, two-handed cradle guys who like to attack from the wings. He is an old school north-south dodging midfielder.
There you see his numbers in the NCAA tournament. He had 1-1 in the quarterfinal win over Ohio State.
White, you slide up a little bit to the left, please. A little bit more, please. Thank you. Stay there, please.
Hand off the line, White. Hand off the line. Thank you.
Check.
You just saw how tough it is to be a face-off guy, to bend down and stand still in that spot for that long.
And how diligent these officials are. And they have great manners, too. Thank you.
Holst, there will be a flag. Garrett Holst has been a demon on the ground balls for Denver in the postseason. 5 against Notre Dame in the semifinals. It's been all over the place today, and that hard-earned ground ball led to a penalty. So now they'll put on the brakes. 7:51 left. They'll work the clock knowing that the possession's coming up anyway. And the extra man.
Maryland content to sit back and wait for the shot clock. You have choices. Tempo is dictated by your defense, whether it's a 10-man ride, which is a full court press, whether it's a extend on the perimeter and throw some checks defense. Maryland playing it very vanilla right now, just sitting back and letting time tick away.
So the shot clock's ticking away again. Denver's going to get the ball back with an extra man. Miller passes up the look. Berg won't. Goes low. Score. Wesley Berg has 4.
The foul is on red. Number 7, it's a hold. It's wiped out. The goal stands.
Wesley Berg, 4th of the afternoon. Tewaaraton finalist, absolute sniper. But it's the maturation of Zach Miller. The one more pass. Miller was a goal scorer as a freshman. Now one of the best passing midfielders in college lacrosse. Look at that rip, Quint.
Stick side low is a tough save, but Maryland's defense, a little flat-footed against the invert. That's when the opponent attacks from behind the goal. They went 1-3-1. They got 2 condensed.
John Tillman's defense needs to regroup. The penalty led to the free possession, and that's money in the bank for Wesley Berg and the Pioneers. John Tillman needs to get readjusted. Pioneer Nation sensing a title. Denver with the first 3 goals. They have scored on all 3 of their shots here to start the third quarter. They lead by 5. And remember, the westernmost school to win a lacrosse championship resides in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Denver looking to rewrite history today. You see the Pioneers all the way out there by themselves in the lacrosse frontier. The last school to win a championship in its first title game appearance, Princeton, back in 1992. The Tigers coach that afternoon, none other than Bill Tierney. Andy Moe delivered the game winner against Syracuse. Right now, it doesn't look like it's coming down to any final dramatics.
Coach Tierney's got to be thrilled with the way his team's come out of the locker room in third quarter. We mentioned it at halftime. None better at halftime adjustments than Bill Tierney. Now, if you're the Terps off of that timeout, that media stoppage, I got to see a change in tempo. I got to see a change in attitude and energy.
Yeah, they go to double pole here. They have Ikeda on one side, Neufeld on the other. And it doesn't matter because Rafa jumps. Let's check in with Paul.
John Tillman in the Maryland offensive huddle. It's pretty simple. He said, guys, someone needs to get leverage. That means beat your man one-on-one. Get this defense to spin and rotate. No one right now is having that success for the boys in red.
They get a gift right there as Cannizzaro lost it on the crate. Allen picks it up, so they'll get it back. So let's see if anyone can get leverage and find the back of the net. Quint, to your point, they have to move it quicker, it seems, to get looks for Locascio. They're on his hands every time.
They've drawn doubles. The ball's getting stuck in somebody's stick, and the rotation to the weak side has not been as quick as Denver's has. I also think their spacing and off-ball movement on offense hasn't been ideal. They've been too condensed at times, but you want to spread this defense out a bit.
Off the pick. Rambo was going to let it fly there.
But nothing else is going on off the ball. Again, look, you got a lot of red jerseys just standing around. When Denver can get their defensive bearings and understand the responsibilities, I'm the double, you've got my back, they're going to be exceptional.
No goal, they're saying. They're going to talk it over. Feet down, was he pushed? So did he score? John Tillman wants to know. So the goal is good. Did he leave his feet on his own, or did the defender push him?
Definitely a push.
The player was pushed into the crease. No touch. The goal is good.
Bill Tierney's not going to be happy with this explanation. Rambo will take it.
And Rambo's got to be the guy. You know, he did it in the semifinals. Lefty sophomore, forceful with a nose to the goal, and you saw it right there.
See Bill Tierney giving Tom Sutton an earful. Do you think he says, all right, give me the push but not the goal, or did he think that Rambo left his feet on his own?
He thinks Rambo left his feet.
Well, you know, smart attackman knows as soon as you feel it on your back to leap. Raph almost came up with the interception. That's the game plan. Because if you get underneath your man and you go to the goal, you make it very tough on the official if as soon as you feel something on your back, you get up in the air. Miggy and the Slugging Tigers head west to battle Josh Reddick and the A's. Baseball rules on ESPN. Tigers against Athletics today at 4 p.m. on ESPN and watch ESPN. So right now they're double polling the midfield.
Big possession for this Maryland defense, who's led the country in scoring D all season long. They haven't been able to put back-to-back stops together and combine that with some scoring.
Tremendous individual defense by Neufeld, the freshman. But Isaiah Davis-Allen coughs it up, and Cannizzaro gets it back for the Pioneers. A critical turnover on the clear.
Good play, bad play.
Now Isaiah Davis-Allen is going to have to slow down Sean Cannizzaro. See if Miller goes at Neufeld again. He does, and again Neufeld ties him up. It'll remain Denver ball with 4.5 to play in the third. Pace has a great look, doesn't take it. Shot clock's on. 3:59, 28 to shoot. Third shot clock of the half for the Pioneers. Cannizzaro.
It's easy. Oh, it's loose. Red, you held this.
Oh, it's a huge call because that'll reset the shot clock. And that. Not yet. Now they'll reset it. John, that look says it all right there for John Tillman. Playing
Any
great
defensive
defense.
infraction, they're going to reset that shot clock.
Shot clock not moving though. Shot clock stuck on 30. They're having a clock malfunction here and the officials do not realize it. Shot clock has not moved. Burnmore with the save. Now they're waving off a shot clock that was never started. And now Burnmore's going to have to sprint back.
It's up to the defense to create some tempo, Eamon. You got to come out and play the ball, take a chance.
Well, they have done a better job of this on this possession with Neufeld going out on Miller. They just haven't been able to come up with the loose change to head the other way.
See Maryland hesitant to double team some matchups, and others they're stepping up. Like right here, there's the double.
Burnmore makes the save, but again, nothing but a white jersey around the loose ball.
Multiple chance opportunity based on ground balls and Maryland turnovers. An endless possession. Get your dagger ready.
Here comes the slide. Defense on the carousel. Now they recover. Sean Cannizzaro wins his individual matchup, but Burnmore makes the save, and now they get a ground ball. And Neufeld's about to get called for a push. No, he draws the interference call. Sean Cannizzaro getting the explanation. So they'll get it back with 2 minutes, down by 4. Rambo.
Top left. Come on, Blake. Top left.
Now Lacasio. Back to Cole. Cole with a nice move, but the double was coming from Carroll. They were ready for it, so now they got to back up again. Carlson being guarded by the shorty, pushed off his line. West not ready to shoot. Bergdorf all over Rambo. Fans growing restless here. Casio up top. Eacock had to go back and get it. Now West with a look. Again, standing still. That'll be interference against Maryland. Doesn't matter. LaPlante comes up with it. Going away from the goal, standing still.
It's one dodge and a home run pass for a shot. Maryland has not been able to string together multiple pass goals in this game. A dodge, you draw the double, spin, 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 re-dodge, and then a shot. It's just home run passes. They're looking for the quick fix.
So if Denver can complete the clear, it can hold for 1 and an exclamation point. On a third quarter, it has dominated. And the Pioneer fans who have made the trip east starting to sense it. Cannizzaro barks out the marching orders, sets up a pick. Wolford goes away from the slide. 3 seconds. Do they realize it? Let's see. That goes no. They're going to wipe it out. Was it clock or crease? Very similar. Burnlord just got dropped. Burnlord just got dropped. How did 3 officials miss that? 2 were talking over the call, but you got Tom Sutton at the top of the box who should have had a good look at that.
What did you have?
I got a horn before he let go of that.
Horn before the shot. So crease violation does not seem to come into play here.
And we can use video to take a look at this goal or non-goal.
No. Listen to me. It cannot be a goal either way. He went. If he doesn't have a push, then he went on his own.
So there, the push play does come into the effect there. You heard the 3 officials talk about it. And that would wipe out the review anyway.
Correct. You say either way, whether it's a timing mechanism or not.
It is what it is. Ruling on the field is the player intentionally left his feet, ended up in the crease, therefore no goal. That is not reviewable on time because it's no goal.
That's a mock applause from Bill Tierney.
Left his feet. Dunn tries to hook him pretty good. But no question, that offensive player leaves his feet and launches himself and lands inside the cylinder.
Now Bernlohr. Wow, how do you not call that? This is why the rules makers say no dive, because he ends up right in the feet of the goalie, lands on his shoulder, see the helmet to the leg, and then the goalie lands on him. For the safety of the players in college lacrosse, that's why there's no dive. But the former Terp definitely had a message for his former teammate, the goalie. The Terps are going to have to play catch-up. They're getting doubled up right now heading into the 4th quarter.
The NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championship is presented by Northwestern Mutual. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Conventional wisdom says Maryland's not built to play from behind, but the Terps are 2-0 when trailing after 3 this year. If they make it 3-0, they win a championship.
Now, one thing they have shown this year, this Maryland team, mental and physical toughness. And they're going to have to summon something right now that we haven't seen yet this afternoon and finish this last 15 minutes with authority, because they're not going to back their way to an NCAA championship.
That's a look at our game track presented by Buick. See Wesley Berg. Final game as a Pioneer, so far a dominant one with 4 goals. Baptiste has won 9 of 15 faceoffs.
White hell, that's 1 violation, White. Red ball, red ball, red ball.
Violation against Baptiste.
Yeah, in the rule book, he must immediately get that ball out. Usually they give him about a second and a half, and he just clamped it and held it there too long.
Let's check in with Paul.
Eamon, you mentioned Maryland 2-0 and trailing in the 4th. In one of those games, Ohio State, they were down by 4 goals. They don't get offense from defense, meaning transition goals from one end to another. When they play fast, it's in the 6-on-6 set, and it's guys creating their own offense. So if the Terps are going to win a national title for the first time in 40 years, guys like Joe Lacasio, 5 in red, Brian Cole, 45 in red, have to create offense one-on-one.
They also came from behind against Yale in the 1st round. And it was Cole and West. Now here's Cole. Cole has been very solid in his individual matchups, and Reese, who was solid on Saturday, comes up with an interception.
Mike Reese, magician, senior from Carlsbad, California. While in school, he was a risk taker, and it's been difficult for him to fit into this very disciplined Bill Tierney scheme. I think it's fair to say he's played the best 2 games of his career in his last 2 games.
All Big East second team. He had 13 ground balls in the NCAA tournament coming into this game, but of course his highlight reel moment was the goal at the end of the 3rd quarter against Notre Dame, going coast to coast. And now 13-22, they get it in the box with a 4-goal lead. This is vintage Denver offense time. They will be in no rush. They're going to force Maryland to stretch out. And when you're down by 4 in the fourth quarter of a national championship game, at some time you got to come out of your system and stretch out. Time is not your ally if you're the Terps.
Quint, who's the guy defensively for the Terps right now that you think can pressure and create a turnover?
It's not what they do. They can do that, though, Paul, through double teaming, like right here. Iketa's all over the ball carrier. By stretching out the adjacent man and making some of these transitions for Denver a little longer.
Shot clock on. They put it on at about 12:30. Connor Cannizzaro doesn't pull the trigger. Adamson on the jump shot does. Huge rebound here. Oh, tough one for the Terps.
You can't do what you just did.
If you're Iketa, I think you need to be smarter there. Your goalie's about to possess the ball. You get into your clearing game. A costly mistake by 3 in red.
Bernlohr looks shaken up, too.
Let's see, here it is.
Left side of your screen, rebound control, so important.
Explain what the call was there. Did they say Bernlohr already had possession? Or is that man ball release?
Called it a push, so he felt that it was from the rear. Yeah, called a loose ball push from the rear, which on video review it wasn't.
Sean Cannizzaro loses his man, goes low, shoots wide. So they'll get it back with 11.5 left.
And that push call is worth 1.5 minutes of game clock.
And here the Terp fans starting to chant stalling, but again, it's up to their defense down by 4. What a move by Pace. And he gets called for warding off, so it wouldn't have been a goal anyway. Maybe that's why it was such a great move. Now Isaiah Davis out. At what point do the Terps break out of their mold and just go fast?
Yeah, I'd like to see Rambo with a wing dodge. Clear a half a side of field for him. You have Lacasio center top for a step down look off a double team. You have Carlson, the near man, inside. He's crafty, he's nifty. And now we're seeing Lacasio, after playing defense, substituting. So you're stuck with your second midfield if you're Maryland.
Jam the crease, catch made, hit a pipe. Gribben couldn't bury it.
Excellent cut by 34 in red, Bobby Gribben, senior out of Georgetown Prep, who was an outstanding high school wrestler.
He gets it back here. Jump shot, that's stuffed on the double by Carroll. And he comes up with the ground ball.
Scooped it up at 9:47. Let's see how much clock Denver can milk.
See Neufeld trying to hunt down Holst. This is a kid, 2 kids who played high school lacrosse in Indiana going after each other, but now Bobzine has numbers. One more, and then they back it up.
Look for a longer possession here, but Matt Brown, offensive coordinator, wants to get into his base offensive set, and when they go to the cage, he feels a skip pass and another move by a guy like Tyler Pace, a guy up top getting to the middle of the field. So a skip pass and a dodge up top to the middle of the field.
They had the ball for 47 seconds. Now here comes a double from Pons, but he's going to have to retreat.
Let him move.
They've had the ball for a minute. Shot clock on. Bob Zine looking for an angle. Bernlohr got a piece, so that'll wipe the shot clock off. 10th save for Kyle Bernlohr.
And you'll see another minute dissolve off the clock if Bill Tierney's offense executes how he would like.
Now planning. Here's a look for Bob Zine. Seen him take better shots than that throughout his very good career. Junior out of Littleton, Colorado, wearing the same number 11 that Eric Law wore. Both products of Arapahoe High School in Colorado. Remember, this possession started at 9:47. That shot will end up in the front row. There's a timeout on the field. We'll step aside as well. Bill Tierney won 6 at Princeton. He's 7 minutes and 33 seconds away from winning his first at Denver. Can Maryland make a fight? Or is it going to be the Pioneers' day? Denver doubling up Maryland with just over 7.5 left to play. Wesley Berg scored the game winner in overtime on Saturday, and that momentum carried over to Championship Monday.
Right off the bat, Wesley Berg from Canizaro, 1-0. And then unassisted, he loves the matchup. You see the swim, the ability to beat his man, get the ball in a good shooting area and let it go. And that is just an off-ball goal where he moves his feet, working his way through a bunch of screens. Wesley Berg, senior from British Columbia.
Time now for a BioBlast on the future Denver Outlaw, brought to you by Sector Spider ETFs. He now has 38 career goals in NCAA tournament play.
Really likable young man. He's going to be playing professional both indoor and outdoor when his college career is done. Number 15 draft pick for the Denver Outlaws of Major League Lacrosse. Plays for Team Canada. Learned quite a bit last summer as Team Canada took down the USA squad. He said it was a learning experience and just to be on the same team with guys like Brody Merrill.
So now Maryland going to double the ball right away. The net is empty. And Connor Canizaro gets away momentarily, loses it. And now Neufeld comes up with the ground ball. So the Terps get it back. Now they need to complete the clear. Ikeda gets a step. And here he goes. Ikeda, they're giving him the shot. He'll make the long run back, but at least he got the ball to his offense.
That's the attitude we needed to see from the start.
Big Ten Defender of the Year. Tried to create a little offense. Now it's up to Lacasio, Cole, Rambo, Carlson, and Heacock. Cassio, another good trail check by Reese. This is not a shot. What a weekend for Mike Reese. He has been in Lacasio's hands all day long.
And Eamon Lacasio is frustrated. Just came off the bench through the box. Livid with himself, knowing that with 6:20, how many more opportunities will this Terp offense have?
Maryland jumping into a 10-man ride. The net is wide open if Pace wants to shoot at it, although Bernlohr could get back. And Denver, which spent plenty of time this week practicing for Notre Dame's 10-man ride, clears with ease. So now they get it in the box with 6 minutes left. And you're going to have to hunt them down now if you're Maryland. And this is where Denver can pick you apart when you stretch the field.
Smart.
Miller draws the switch. Adamson being guarded by Cole. They're not going to force any matchup up by 4 with under 5.5 to play. And the ref's not forcing the shot clock on him. Shot clock on. Adamson runs through the double. Now back up to Miller where he's dangerous against the offensive player Cole. Cole ties him up. Save Burnmore, no rebound this time. Up ahead to Young, 11 saves for Burnmore. They're going to let Young go down the alley and shoot. Now here's Lacasio. Does not pull the trigger. Rambo forcing the issue. LaPlante gets a piece.
When his top hand is fast.
That got him in the forehead. One of his better stops of the day.
Eacock can't find the net. Race to the goal. Ball. Carlson sells out and gets it back for the Terps.
Left side of your screen. Rambo, point blank range.
Oh, what a save by LaPlante. Somehow Carlson got a look on the doorstep. Ryan LaPlante going out in style just like Berg. His 10th save. He had 13 against Notre Dame. He's been lights out throughout the NCAA tournament. His career started in a quirky way. It's going to end with a championship. They expected him to redshirt as a freshman. He was sitting home in Colorado watching the Pioneers on TV. Jamie Faust got hurt in an overtime loss to Notre Dame. They called him, said, get on a plane. We need you on Long Island to play against Cornell. So much for the redshirt year. He said he and his teammates have refused to watch the championship game on Memorial Day the last 3 years after coming up short. He might have just sealed the deal right there. His youth coach growing up, Trevor Tierney, says their relationship's more like big brother, little brother than coach player. And time for our pick you up moment of the game, brought to you by Enterprise.
Eyes on the ball the second you get off the bus. Be patient and never give up on any shot. His patience is rewarded here. Stick on stick, matches up. Doesn't buy those fakes. It's not a buyer's market here in Philadelphia. Stay home. Great step. Eye on the ball, throwing an accurate outlet pass.
52 saves now in 4 tournament games. 41-9 career with the Pioneers. If he improves to 42-9, he's getting a championship ring.
And go back to this tournament. I thought he was great in the first quarter against Brown when the Bears came out of the gate pretty strong. He was slow out of the gate against Ohio State, but found his composure.
Tremendous in the third quarter.
They're down 7-1 in that game.
Talking to Nick Myers this week, he said, man, he stole a bunch from us in the third quarter.
Thought he was great against Notre Dame until the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Became Sergio Perkovic.
And today he's been stellar.
Let's check in with Paul.
I'm watching the Denver offense huddle up and Ryan LaPlante just pacing back and forth. Damon, you mentioned Trevor Tierney's relationship with Ryan LaPlante. It is so zen-like, it's actually crazy. They don't even talk during games. They feed off each other, little hand signals, and the trust between coach and player is incredible.
Very little conversation, as they told us this week. It's the message from Trevor, usually after a bad goal, is you'll get the next one, or get the next one. Trevor Tierney, a tremendous goalie in his playing days for his dad. Won the national championship in 2001. What a moment that must have been for the Tierney family. Trevor being out west in Colorado was another driving force for Bill Tierney making that move. And now they're all 3 minutes and 44 seconds away from a championship. Net is open again as they're trying to double the ball. One of the fastest attackmen in the country has it in his stick.
Formation's going up.
So Connor Cannizzaro goes in the crease, so the Terps have a little bit of life with 3:26 left to play, down by 4.
Great coaching by Maryland to have Kyle Bernlohr. By rule, you always have to have a goalie on the field, but he was playing attack for Maryland, which gives him a more athletic defender.
Now Cole, is he athletic enough to beat his man? Not the double coming from the crease. Carlson, tied up by Bergdorf. Not a whole lot on that shot. 3 minutes and 3 seconds away from college lacrosse history being made. Maryland has done a tremendous job under John Tillman to get to the championship game. But they haven't had enough left in the tank for Monday. Heacock turned away. Nicasio can't get his hands free. There he does. LaPlante makes another save. Out of the crease, no call. Play on. There's a hit by Heacock, and that's going to be a flag.
Easy, boys. Easy, boys. Easy.
Can't hit a man while he's down on the ground.
Talk to me, Hans. Unnecessary.
Yeah, hit the goal on the ground. Going up top.
Two red. Unnecessary roughness. Hitting a player on the ground. 1 minute.
Got away with goalie interference. It's not going to get away with that second one.
Yeah, that's certainly the definition of unnecessary roughness. LaPlante not even involved in the play. Frustration for getting the best of Heacock and the Terps. And now with a 4-goal lead, I can tell you how great the extra man is for the Denver Pioneers, but they don't have to take a shot. Cannot be hit with a shot clock with the extra man. So it's going to be up to Maryland to force the tempo again. And they do. Ikeda with a great tie-up on Cannizzaro. So they do not run the minute off the clock, and now Maryland gets it back. Here's a shot. Oh, it hit the post. West sells out, but Reese comes up with the ground ball. Under 2 minutes to play. (2009). The headline shocked the lacrosse world. Bill Tierney's leaving Princeton, where he's won 6 national championships, and going to Denver. The athletic director who made that call, Peg Bradley Doppus, said, "We don't even know if you win a game for your first 2 years. It's about fixing this program." Well, he did a lot more than that. And now there's a flag, and you look at the Pioneer bench. They know what's about to happen in 1 minute and 26 seconds.
4-3. Slash. 1 minute. 4-3. Slash. 1 minute. Timeout, White.
Timeout, White. You got a personal foul. 4-3 red with a slash. 1 minute. 4-3 red slash.
In a city that made running the steps famous, Bill Tierney in Denver, 126 away from taking the final step to the top of the lacrosse world. No school from west of the Appalachians has won the Division I Men's College Lacrosse Championship. We're on the cusp of that changing.
Tierney, team first, emphasizing discipline, telling us that players want discipline. His in-game adjustments, you see the fiery competitor, makes a connection with the student athlete. Denver, thought to be a hockey school. How can you win out there? Well, the growth of the game at the high school level now in places like Texas, Indiana, Minnesota with Carson Cannon, California, the Pacific Northwest, makes Denver an attractive college for those student athletes who don't want to come all the way east.
You know, at halftime we talked about the Big Ten and its impact on the sport of college lacrosse. we can hope for the Northwesterns, the Southern Cals, the Boston Colleges. The reality is the growth of this game at the Division I men's level is the Denvers. You see it in Marquette with Joe Amplo, at Monmouth with Brian Fisher, Richmond with Dan Shamati. It's the schools that aren't big, that don't have those mammoth football programs, that are going to be the growth of the sport. And Bill Tierney telling us yesterday, maybe if we win the championship, it'll ignite other athletic directors to say, if that small school can win a championship in lacrosse, maybe we can too. And Sean Cannizzaro wins the sprint and makes it 9-4.
Look at Bill Tierney and the senior Cannizzaro. Credit Bill Tierney, the evolution of a Hall of Fame coach that understands how the game has changed, faith in his assistant coaches. His seniors have led, and this is one man right here, Sean Cannizzaro. He's been through it all at Denver from freshman to senior year. He joins his brother Connor, the first-team All-American, and the Denver offense so close.
Bill Tierney started out as a coach at Great Neck South High School on Long Island. Levittown Memorial. Got his first college job, RIT, a Division III school. He was an assistant at Johns Hopkins for 3 years. The Blue Jays won 2 national titles. And then Princeton for 22 years. Turned that program around.
All right, guys, here we go. Round like hell.
Sean Cannizzaro with the goal. Connor Cannizzaro leading the team in points this year. There already is a national champion in the Cannizzaro family, their older sister, Kara Cannizzaro, the most outstanding player of the 2013 women's tournament for North Carolina. She was 4-2 against, oh, by the way, Maryland in the title game. Flag is down, so the Terp faithful will have to continue to wait. The Pioneer fans will not. Wesley Berg gets his 5th.
No longer just a hockey school.
You talk about needing some breaks to win a championship. Let's not underestimate or undervalue the face-off man. Bill Tierney was a question mark for this program last couple of years. Trevor Baptiste was on his way to Franklin and Marshall.
Yeah.
He changed his mind, decommitted, went on a trip to Denver after he was seen at a camp by Dylan Sheridan. He opened up his commitment, went to Denver, went on to become the best face-off guy in the country as a freshman.
He and Cannizzaro put this program over the top.
Program that was a semifinal team the last 2 years, a heartbreaking loss on this field to Syracuse, a game last year as Carlson puts it in with the quick stick. A game last year against Duke where the team did not play well in the first half. But those are all distant memories right now for Bill Tierney.
Carlson wraps up an outstanding career with that inside goal from Lacasio, another senior from Maryland. 3rd trip to the finals in the last 5 years for Maryland, but the offense has come up empty in all of those games.
Hold out. Hold out! Man! Go!
Over to Isaiah Davis-Allen. Picked off by guess who? Mike Reese. And that'll do it. Denver has has won the national championship. And for the first time, the trophy is heading west. Pioneers indeed. Let's go down to Paul Carcaterra with Coach Bill Tierney.
Coach, on Saturday against Notre Dame, they came back 4 fourth-quarter goals. What was the difference today defensively for your team?
I think it had to do with us just reminding the guys to keep playing the game. You know, last time we were sitting on a lead and we're trying to hold and watch the clock. Today we just tell them to keep playing. All the credit to Maryland's defense. They still made turnovers. They played great and their goalie played fantastic.
In 2009, you left Princeton for Denver. What made you think this day could be possible?
Well, nobody ever said I was the brightest bulb on the tree, so it was a great move. Great university. I'm just so thankful for this day, for all these people that have believed in us. I think that's the most important. They believed we could do it, and we got it done.
Coach, before today, 9 schools hoisted the title. Now there's 10. The westernmost school in college lacrosse prior to today was North Carolina. What does this mean for lacrosse?
We're hoping that it means that people will look at this and say, if Denver can do it, so can we, because we really believe that there are great young men all over the country, and as long as you have a school like Denver that supports and wants you to do this thing and just believes that you can, it can happen anywhere.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
An emotional moment. You never get tired of winning. He won 6, and he said, yeah, the Western thing's a big deal, and we'll reflect on that later. But more importantly, I want those 45 kids who have given me everything to win a championship.
We'll get back together. We'll go 1, 2, 3, rah, rah, Maryland. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Rah, rah, Maryland!
Wesley Berg started this game off in a big way.
Well, he's the reason they're here with the game winner against Notre Dame. 3 straight, right out of the gate. A mid-range shot, capitalizing on a mismatch, and then showing his off-ball IQ, moving the space, presenting a target. He sees the net, he shoots for the net, he scores.
The all-time leader in Denver points history goes out in style, and let's go back down to Paul, who's standing by with our Capital One player of the game, Wesley Berg.
Wesley,
get in here.
5 goals today. How'd you do it?
You know, we just, same thing as we've always done. We stuck to a system, and our guys did a heck of a job dodging and beating their guys, and we just, you know, I found myself open on the backside again, and in these games, it's important we bury them early, and we did that.
What does this man to your left mean to you?
Oh, he means a hell of a lot to me. He brought me here, and he's a guy who's been through a lot with me, and, you know, not just on the field helped me become a better player, but be a better person, and just, you know, a mentor he'll be for the rest of my life. And you know, words can't even explain the way I feel about it right now. It's just, it's a pretty surreal feeling.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the Terp fans and the Terp players and John Tillman will have to wait. They gave it a great run at the beginning of the season after some departures, including Connor Cannizzaro. Not too many people expected Maryland to be playing for a title. At the end of the Big Ten tournament, not too many people expected them to be playing for a championship. But it's Denver's year. The Pioneers make college lacrosse history, and it's a Hall of Fame coach leading the way.
And you hope that this is a landmark victory for the sport. 69 teams play Division I lacrosse, and this will open some eyes. You support it. You bring in a Hall of Fame coach, as you say, surround it with talent, let it grow, and great things can happen.
They were the preseason #1 team in the country. When we asked Bill Tierney about the expectations earlier this season, he said, hey, he told his players to look it in the eye and embrace the challenge. It's the fear of success what drives you. Well, that fear drove his team to a championship.
You look at this Denver championship, gentlemen, it's more than just a program capturing their first title west of University of North Carolina. To me, it's a microcosm of the melting pot of our game. There are kids from California, there are kids from Texas, there are kids from Canada, all over the United States and north of the border that are on this Denver team. So there's dreams for young kids that could play at this level.
17 states, Paul, 2 Providence of Canada, and you look at their lineup, non-traditional areas, as you say, and that gives hope to so many young high school players right now who are picking up a stick in Louisiana, Texas, or California.
This program's been knocking on the door ever since Bill Tierney arrived. They've been in the NCAA tournament from his very first year in 2010. They outlasted their Western rival in overtime, Notre Dame, and now they make history. And here's the scary thing, college lacrosse world: they might be preseason #1 again next year.
They're going absolutely nowhere but back to.
They'll have Baptiste, they'll have Miller, they'll have Cannizzaro, and they will be a force for years to come. Once again, our final score: Denver 10, Maryland 5. The Pioneers are the national champions. Coming up next on ESPN2, Sports Nation Greatest Dunks Ever. Coming up next on ESPNU, the ACC Baseball Championship. Congratulations to Denver, your 2015 Division I National Champion. As we say so long from Philadelphia, we say thanks for watching. It's been another tremendous year of college lacrosse. Well, ball game! Denver survives! Here's a look for Rambo, the kid from Philly, having a day in Philly. For Maryland, don't give him a look. Saved by the automatic.